One of the sympathizer groups, Liberty of Russia Legion fighting Russian military in favor of Ukraine, has accused President Vladimir Putin of killing innocent Russians in Belgorod region of the country. Liberty of Russia Legion in a statement on Saturday accompanied with satellite video said they have approached Ukrainian military commanders to open humanitarian corridors to enable willing Russia civilians passage fully into Ukraine to save them from being killed by President Vladimir Putin-led military. In a recent statement made available few hours ago on Sunday, the Liberty of Russia Legion said there is currently active fighting near Novaya Tavyksanka and the Russian military of continuous attack on civilian houses with heavy artillery. There is active fighting near Novaya Tavyksanka. Putin's troops continue to cover houses with civilians with heavy artillery. We urge the locals not to come out of their shelters. Soon we will bring peace to the whole of Russia together with our brothers from the RVC. In the meantime, let's keep fighting, the sympathizer group said via tweet. Russia Ministry of Defense is yet to react to the allegation. Russia Ministry of Defense had said that the Russian troops repelled attacks on its territory of Belgorod region on Thursday. The Defense Ministry said the attackers it described as terrorists, accusing Ukraine of involvement, launched multiple attacks with armored tanks among other high-precision weapons from several different directions. Adding, the attackers numbering 70 persons were repelled by artillery weapons and airstrikes. Liberty of Russia Legion are people said to be mainly and barely Russia citizens who are against the action of President Vladimir Putin and his style of government. Liberty of Russia Legion in an earlier statement on Saturday said the Putin-led military forces continued shelling civilian homes in Belgorod in attempt to hit their personnel. In quote, the Liberty of Russia Legion said, Putin's military continues its chaotic shelling of Belgorod region. In an attempt to somehow hit our forces, the enemy is flooding settlements with fire, disregarding civilian casualties. Already today there have been artillery strikes on the settlements of Shebokino, Novaya Tavyksanka, Murom and others. A special TikTok unit, Okhmat, has been redeployed to the area of combat operations to conduct information operations. This is a special force used by Putin's generals solely for stage videos. Therefore, in the near future we expect to see dramatized videos in this style from the regime's troops. Given the threat to civilians, we have agreed with the Ukrainian command to open humanitarian corridors for Belgorod residents who suffer from shelling by the regime's army. Anyone who needs assistance for voluntary consent can be evacuated deep into Ukraine to provide shelter and all necessary basic needs. On Friday, the Legion also said that the Russian military used airstrikes and artillery to flatten civilian homes in Bakhmut. Good morning to all who are watching our liberation of Russia. The regime's army is continuously bombarding the positions of the Legion and RVC forces. According to the Bakhmut scenario, they use aviation and artillery, MLRS, Grad, to flatten civilian houses, the Legion said in quote. Liberty of Russia Legion in a statement on Thursday give details of the situation from the front lines of the Belgorod region. We have active fighting on the outskirts of the village. Novaya Tavyksanka. Unfortunately, there are legionnaires wounded, but freedom is gained through blood. All the wounded have already been taken to hospital. The regime troops, just as near Belgorod, do not take into account the civilian population. Artillery fire is being used to cover any points where the movement of the legionnaires and the RVC is detected. Near Tavyksanka, the enemy destroyed a Renault car with civilians, mistaking it for one with our sabotage group. At least 2 civilians were killed, and this is a direct consequence of the unprofessionalism of Putin's army. We strongly advise civilians not to leave their shelters and wait for the end of hostilities in your area. We will bring peace home. Russia will be free, Liberty of Russia Legion said. It was gathered that the Thursday attack as a result of the alleged shelling by Russia troops of the Belgorod region in the village of Maslova Pristan, 2 people were killed and 2 others injured. We learned that the Russia troops fired at a section of the road in the village of Maslova Pristan, Shebokinsky district, and the shell fragments allegedly hit cars passing by. This according to residents. 2 women traveling in one of the passing cars were killed and died on the spot from their injuries. 2 other victims in the second car. The man has shrapnel wounds to the chest, the second has shrapnel wounds to the lower extremities, and they are currently in serious condition in the hospital.